Yeah, like I said in the last episode, it's gonna become a time where it's gonna be 7 so-called black women to 1 so-called black male. That time is coming. I'm not gonna break it down. I'm not gonna explain it to you why and how I came up with that. But you will see when the time comes, because you don't listen to nothing anyway, unless the so-called unmelanated Euro Gentile white leper tell you that it's so. So I'm not gonna even waste my time and energy with trying to break that down to you, because you ain't gonna understand it or get it anyway, because you've been indoctrinated with something altogether different. Okay, but I'm gonna move on to this topic here concerning the so-called black woman. You seem to want to lay here and say that the so-called black man is not a respectable, honorable, dignified individual when it comes to addressing and dealing with you. Case in point, I done seen videos, I done read different articles, and I done actually heard so-called black women say things out their mouth pertaining to the so-called black man when they walking through the hood, or when they, maybe on their way somewhere, whatever the situation is, and the so-called black man addresses them and try to speak to them, or maybe even try to push up on them. And the response that's given back to the so-called black man is a negative response. So therefore, he gonna respond back with negative behavior. So I mean, when you push negativity out there, you're gonna get negativity back. That's just a given. If you can't understand that, then there ain't nothing else I could really say to you that can even possibly give you the understanding of that. Because that's just as simple as 1 plus 1 equals 2. You understand? So, but anyway, I'm just saying this. The so-called black woman wants to see all this respect and honor coming from her so-called black man, which she should get, but at the same time, she don't demand that same respect and honor to come from the white man. And then I actually heard the so-called black woman say the white man treat the so-called black woman better than the so-called black man treat the black woman, and that's BS. Cause I'm saying I done been on sites, I done been on websites, whereas you got the so-called black woman, but in particular a website called Ghetto Gaggers. Y'all know anything about that one? Okay, it's a website called Ghetto Gaggers. It's a porno website. Anyway, to make a long story short, Ghetto Gaggers is in reference to so-called black females. Anyway, the whole genre of Ghetto Gaggers is that these 3 to 4 unmelanated white leopard, foul, demonic devil beasts are sticking their penises down the throats of these so-called ghetto gaggers, who are so-called black women, gagging them, making them spit up and choke up all kind of stuff. I don't know what it is they may make them drink or eat before the actual shooting starts, but whatever it is, they gag it up, they throw it up, and they throwing it all up in dog bowls on the floor. They got dog leashes and dog collars around their neck, pulling them around, leading them around by their neck, while one has his penis lodged inside of her anal hole, the other one has his penis lodged inside of her vagina hole, and the other one has his penis lodged inside of her mouth, gagging it all at the same time. And the killing part is, while they doing this, they steady calling her all kind of ghetto H's. You know what H means. They calling her all kind of ghetto H's, and how you like these white boys to be sticking it down your ghetto throat. Basically, they dominating her to the degree to where they bringing back the memories of how they used to do things during the slavery time. And the killing part is, these so-called black females, they loving it. They actually doing these things and they loving it. And then a lot of times these so-called unmelanated Euro Gentile lepers are saying we only paid her $100 to do a thing like that to degrade herself, and she love it. And they had one of them on there say, yeah, this female, this so-called black woman here, love doing white boys. All she do is do white boys. She pride herself on doing white boys. She won't even do. She ain't never even had sexual encounter with her own kind, with her own so-called black men. So we really dogged her. We really gave her, the full treatment to degrade her all the way down to the lowest terms. And it was like at the end of the so-called shooting, she had the nerve to like she was crying. I just don't understand you so-called black women. You claim to want so much honor and so much respect and so much integrity and so much love to come from your men, but you show them none in return. And not only don't you show them any in return, you go to another race and let them dominate you, dog you, gag down your throat, stick stuff all in every hole in your body. And then on top of it, I didn't tell you this, they lay here and let the men shoot their semen or sperm all over their face. I'm talking about 3 or 4 different sperm shots all over their face and all down their throat. And then take pictures of it. And then in some cases I done seen them slap them with powder or a pack or something like that after the scene is over with to further degrade. And then you talking about that you want the so-called black man to respect you. And then the way y'all dress out here. You dress like a common HOE. That's how you dress. You dress like you out to sell wound. But then when somebody approach you and try to approach you in some kind of way, you want to turn your nose up and look crazy. You understand what I'm saying? You want to turn your nose up and look crazy and even talk crazy. But what you put out is what you get back. Why don't you cover up? Why can't you cover up? Why you got to show the world how fat your vagina is? Why you got to show the world how big your breasts are? Why you got to show the world how deep your cleavage runs? You understand? Why you got to in a lot of cases I see with you younger so-called black women, y'all wear the pants that cut you up under the waist. So you can see your little tattoo that's up over your behind, or that's up over your butt cheeks. And you basically can look right into the crack of your behind. And then you want to talk crazy about the black males who run around here with the pants hanging all the way down, drooping up under their behind. I'm saying, look at what y'all doing. I mean, it's all bogus, but I'm just saying, in every race of males from every race that's over here in this country see the way y'all dress and how y'all act. And they look at y'all as being the same way. And then they lay here and they feed off into the fact that, yeah, well, we know they really hate their men and their men really don't have no control over them. So we can lay here and feed off the negativity that they got towards their man in order to get in their pants or to get into the bed with them or to get them to do whatever we want them to do. Y'all so-called black women, y'all gonna have to wake up. You understand? That's why these people done laced y'all up with AIDS, hepatitis, and all kind of other viruses. Because at the same time, they making you think you own something and got something. At the same time, they killing you at the same time. But you're not realizing that. Okay, I'm going to end here and get ready to go to part 4.